Hello, guys, and welcome back to the FPL Duo. We are back for the Kneejerk stream for Match Day 2. So we will look ahead to Match Day 2 shortly, but we're firstly going to discuss Match Day 1, how it's all gone, and just talk about how the first set of fixtures have gone. How you doing, Jordan? Anyway, you all right?
Yeah, everything's good. Interesting, obviously, match day one fixtures. Obviously, we just witnessed Portugal's game, and yeah, quite interesting results, I think, from the underdog teams.
Yeah, I mean, Match Day 1 hasn't gone, great for me this game week or match day so far, I should say. But let's kick it off anyway. So in goal, I did end up playing Costa. I swapped him in because Lunin did concede quite a few goals. He had quite a poor match day 1 week. They lost 3-0 in the end, Ukraine, which was surprising against Romania. I didn't expect that one, but I subbed him out for Costa. Costa did end up on was it 2 points in the end? I think it.
Yeah, the points might be slightly off due to the updates of at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's probably on 2 points.
Yeah, I think he's on 2 points instead of the one. So obviously he got minutes played and he got the 2 points for that. In the back line, I do have Trent, who did pick up 7 points, which was nice. We know he's playing in midfield, sort of a new role for him. He obviously got the clean sheet, which was nice, 4 points. So get the clean sheet points there as he's playing out of position. He also had 3 ball recoveries and he played 70 minutes as well before he was subbed. So comes over with a 7-pointer. Germany, I thought, are very unlucky. I had a double German defense. Should have both had clean sheets, but they conceded very late on to Scotland, which was sort of against the run of play. You know, Rudiger obviously scores an own goal and then wipes my German clean sheet. Because if I had that clean sheet, then obviously it would have been a lot better for me this game week. Because as you can see, the majority of my players, you know, no one's really done anything for me. At least pretty much blanks across all my team. But yeah, Tar and Mittelstadt unfortunately get the 3 points each. But Germany did look very good. They're the team that I've been most impressed with so far. Obviously, it's just one game, but they look very good against Scotland. So we'll have to see what they do in match day 2 when they've got Hungary. Bruno, my captain. I've swapped captains so many times. I went from Gundogan to Szoboszlai, I think. Then I went to Kane. And then I went Lukaku, I believe. And then Bruno, who I went on all blanks. Nothing really. Just, you know, not very good from the captains. But Bruno did come away with a 6-pointer due to my captaincy. He got 3 points due to the ball recoveries. He did get 1 point for that. Szoboszlai did pick up an assist, which was decent in that game. That was nice. It got me the 5-pointer. Gundogan, again, he was quite unlucky. He did earn a penalty, so he got 2 points for that. He also would have took the penalty. However, he was injured. So Havertz ended up taking the penalty, but Gundogan is actually the German penalty taker normally. So that was a bit unfortunate that he was injured, but I'm still happy to keep him. I actually want to add more German players into my team with my transfers, but Gundogan's definitely staying. I think he's a great pick if you have him. And then finally, I've got, I don't know how you say his name, but Chak Vetatsky. I think that's how you say his name, the Georgian player, which I don't know why I picked the Georgian player in my team, but there you go. He only got me 2 points after their 3-1 loss to Turkey. A bit of a surprise, maybe, but yeah, nothing to shout about there. He only got me the 3 points. And then up front, I've got, you know, blanks as well. So Kane blanked, did nothing really against Serbia. Obviously, in England's 1-0 win. Lukaku blanked, did score a goal. It was offside. You know, some people might say it was a bit unlucky. Some people said it should have been a goal, but obviously, he did hit his hand. So that was probably the biggest shock of the tournament so far. Belgium losing 1-0 to Slovakia. So yeah, Lukaku comes away with a blank, and then Mbappe comes away with just the 4 points after his assist, I believe, in that game. So he did get the 4 points in the end. However, he did get a broken nose in that game. So it looks like he's going to miss match day 2. If you've got Mbappe, then he's firmly in my transfer plans as well, as he looks like he's going to miss the game against Netherlands in match day 2. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens with Mbappe. But he'd also missed an absolute sitter, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he just put it wide. So that wasn't obviously unlike Mbappe, but unfortunately, he comes away with a blank as well. So all in all, the only player that returned in my team is really Szoboszlai and obviously Gundogan. And obviously Trent with a clean sheet. But in terms of goals, no one scored a single goal in my team. Even on the bench, I had Feist who got me 5 points. I would have actually subbed him in, but I missed the deadline due to me being a bit busy at the time, and I've completely forgot to swap my team. So Feist would have came in instead of one of the other players, but unfortunately he remains on the bench. But yeah, that's what my team looks like. I mean, it's 41 points, I believe. My rank's at 2.2 million, so not a great match day 1. Hopefully, match day 2 is a lot better.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a mixture of obviously players that might not have excelled as much as we thought would, especially countries that we thought, yeah, that'd be a good game for them. But turns out a lot of the underdog teams were quite formidable in match day 1.
Yeah, let's pull up your team for match day 1. Talk us through how it's gone for yourself as well. I mean, we've scored quite similar points in the end.
Yeah, I think the clean sheets have done me a lot of justice. But yeah, let's start off with obviously my goalkeeper. That was Jordan Pickford, the England goalkeeper. And obviously they managed to keep a clean sheet in that very terrible game against Serbia. Despite them winning that game, I felt they played really poor. I think Jude Bellingham, without him, I reckon that game would be a 0-0. But yeah, England managed to get it over the line just about, and Pickford was rewarded with 6 points for obviously the minutes he played as well as the clean sheet. Moving on to the defence. So let's start with the French defender, Pavard. He was obviously benched, so he got 0 points. I honestly thought he would play, but turns out he didn't. A bit annoying considering France kept a clean sheet against Austria with that 1-0 win. But next we got obviously Cancelo, who's just played. Very interesting game. I kind of thought Portugal put that game to bed really early, but it was a very stagnant kind of game throughout that most of that game. It was only near the late stages of like the 80 to 90 minute margin where the game got a little bit more interesting in terms of goals. But yeah, no clean sheet for Cancelo and only the 4 points. Moving on to the last defender though, with a bit of luck. So I went a bit different with this defender and it did pay off. I hope I say his name right, but it's Dragusin. He's the Romanian defender, and obviously Romania won 3-0 against Ukraine. I had a good feeling about that one because Romania, they looked good in the qualifiers. They kept a few clean sheets as well against decent teams. So I took a punt at obviously that one, and it paid off massively. He got 8 points. I think 2 of them were from ball recoveries as well. So 7 ball recoveries. So yeah, that was a nice addition to add to obviously the defense. Moving on to the midfield, Saka, who was my other English asset, he managed to get an assist, the clean sheet. Played about 76 minutes after coming off, but yeah, nice Saka to get on the board, obviously from Bellingham's goal, which was really nice. And yeah, nice reward for obviously the English assets in my team. Moving on to the next player, Bruno Fernandes. He just played, obviously, alongside Cancelo. Nothing much from him. I was kind of surprised he didn't take the corners straight away. It was Bernardo Silva taking the corners, but later on, it did switch to, obviously, Bruno. But yeah, there was a few chances that maybe a Portugal player could have put through from one of Bruno Fernandes' balls. But yeah, it wasn't to be. But I hope Portugal have a better game in match day 2. Moving on to next midfielder, McTominay. Kind of a wild pick because I thought, yeah, let's go a bit different against the host Germany, but that didn't pay off at all. I believe McTominay only got 3 points. He got 4 ball recoveries, which gave him the 1 point extra. But yeah, it was quite a disaster from Scotland in that game. and yeah, big loss of 5-1. But we'll see if they can bounce back in their next fixture. And finally, to complete the midfield, that's Rodri, only getting the 2 points. Despite Spain, I thought were one of the best teams in the match they won. Obviously, winning 3-0 against Croatia, I thought they were pretty talented in that final third. A lot of passes in between them, a lot of possession, and yeah, I was quite happy with Spain. I just didn't pick the right assets where they obviously scored or assists. So only obviously a clean sheet point on top of the minutes he played from Rodri. Moving on to the front three. So Mbappe, he originally was my captain, but I did see obviously he only managed to get an assist in that game, so I did switch it to Ronaldo. Obviously Mbappe got a yellow card, so that was a point taken off of him. But yeah, he ends up on 4 points. Bit of a underwhelming game, I would say, again, against Austria. I kind of thought Austria could have got away with a draw in that fixture, but yeah, only a 1-0 win, but it wasn't from a France player because it was an own goal. But because Mbappe assisted it, you obviously got the return. And moving obviously on to Ronaldo, he ends up blanking, surprisingly. There was a few chances for him to score, but it wasn't to be for him, and he only ends up on 2 points. And finally, to complete the forward line, we've got Yamal, who is obviously I believe, the youngest player in the Euros, 16 years old, and I thought he played really well for Spain. He's one of the other assets for Spain that I was quite interested in, and it did pay off because he did get an assist, a really nice assist, and he did get 3 ball recoveries, which gave him the extra point on top of that as well. So that's a total of 6 points from Yamal from there. So yeah, I was quite happy with his performance as well as Spain's. Not really much to talk about on the bench, obviously. All these players I had on the bench were swapped out due to them not either playing or because they didn't score as many points as my starting 11 did. So yeah, Schmeichel blanked. Obviously no clean sheet for him. Ronaldo didn't play. Italy conceded obviously to Albania, that 2-1 win. Shaqiri didn't play either, so yeah, a lot of non-starters and obviously blanked in the bench. Overall, it's not been a great match day one. 39 points, so not great. Could be much better, and the overall rank of 3.5 million. So yeah, there's a lot of improvement I think to go forward into match day 2 with, especially now we can sort of gather what sort of team, what forms the teams are in, and who to go for, obviously, for match day 2. But that's how my team's done so far.
Okay, so let's bring up our transfer plans as well for match day 2. I believe you get 2 free transfers, isn't it?
I think so. I haven't really looked at how the transfer system works, but I think it is.
Yeah, I think you get 2 free
transfers.
transfers.
Yeah.
I believe. Anyway, so let me have a look. Yeah, you get 2 free transfers, guys, for match day 2. You also get the chips as well. You get the wild card and the limitless, but I don't think I'm going to play a chip this game week. So I'll just quickly go through my transfer plans if I share my screen with you guys. So just bear with me for a second. Can you guys see that? Let me zoom in a bit more. So this is what the team looks like currently. And as you can see from the bottom, I've got 2 free transfers and I've got 0 in the bank remaining. So at this moment in time, what I'm thinking of doing is taking out Mbappe because he looks like he's going to miss match day 2 because he's got a broken nose. So I don't expect him to play in that game. And then the other player I'm looking to take out is actually Szoboszlai. I know he got an assist against in the first game against Switzerland. However, he's got Germany next. I don't expect him to do much against Germany. It's a tough game for him. And Scotland match day 3 is decent, but I might use a chip anyway in that match day 3. So I'm thinking of taking Szoboszlai out as well and Mbappe. So those are my 2 free transfers. That gives me 18 million to sort of, play around with and do some transfers. And the players I'm looking at bringing in, that's the thing, it's quite tough because you can see I'm already tripled up on Germany, which I sort of regret because I want to bring in another German attacker. So I want to bring in someone like Florian Wirtz or or someone like Musiala or even Havertz, but I can't do it as I believe I'm tripled up. If it's still triple up at this stage, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still in the group stage. Still, you can only have
Yeah.
3.
You won't let me do it. But yeah, essentially, in terms of the attackers, I might have to bring in Ronaldo because there's not really anyone else that I can bring in at that sort of price. Because I've got a lot of money, so I might just bring in Ronaldo in if I know Mbappe's injured. So let's say, assuming Ronaldo's going to start, I don't think he's going to get benched or anything for that game. So let's say it is Ronaldo that I'll bring in. That still gives me, 8 million to pick a midfielder. And yeah, I don't know who I'd go for, but I'm thinking someone like someone different, like a differential, like one of the Polish midfielders. I'm thinking Baumgartner. I thought he played quite well. Didn't he got he didn't really do much in match day one in terms of goal and assist, but I thought he looked quite good. And Austria did actually surprise me the way they played, only losing 1-0 in the end. He looked, he had a couple of shots, and he's got obviously Austria next, and then he's got Netherlands. So I think something different, maybe like Baumgartner or something like that. It's nothing exciting, but I would bring in Florian Wirtz or someone like Havertz if I didn't have triple up Germany already. But essentially, I can't really go anywhere else, so that's what I'm looking at right now with my team. So yeah, that leaves me 1.5 in the bank. Let me know if there's anyone else instead of Baumgartner, guys, that you think I should be looking at. But in terms of the fixtures, where can I bring the fixtures up? Let me have a look. Go matches. Match day 2. So realistically, Croatia, Albania, I'm not really looking at anyone in that game. Obviously, I can't get any German players. I'm tripled up. I don't really want anyone from Scotland or Switzerland. Serbia, Slovenia. Not fond of many picks in those ones. Mitrovic, if you're looking for a forward, possibly. England, Denmark. Obviously, there's Jude. If you want to go for Jude, I think I can still triple up on England. So I've got Kane and I've got Trent. So I could actually bring in Jude against Denmark, which I don't, instead of Baumgartner. Spain, Italy is interesting, but I think it's a tough game because, Spain and Italy, both good teams. Don't really want a Spanish midfielder, I don't think, at this moment in time, or an Italian midfielder, because it is a tough game playing against each other. Ukraine, Slovakia, I'm not really fond of any of those games, I don't think, in terms of assets. Austria, yeah, I said Baumgartner, I like the look of. You could go like Lewandowski for Poland if you need a forward. Netherlands, I think there's Gakpo as a forward if you need him. But he's a tough game against France. I think Griezmann, obviously, if you're taking an Mbappe, I think Griezmann's going to be the main man. And then the rest of the fixtures, obviously, Ronaldo, you've got Lukaku, I've already got. So, yeah, those are the players I'm looking at. It's not much to pick, I don't think. But, yeah, that's what my current plans are, essentially. It's looking like Ronaldo in for Mbappe and then maybe Baumgartner or someone in midfield.
Good stuff. But yeah, obviously this is my team on the screen currently. I want to go for match day 2. So obviously there's a lot of fixes because I had a few players that didn't start, like Pavard. Obviously McTominay wasn't ideal to go for him. Shaqiri as well didn't start, which was a little surprise. So obviously Mbappe is also out too for a few matches. So with the 2 transfers, I was considering obviously focusing on the players that didn't start. So Pavard is one of them. In terms of going for him, I still want a French defender, and I did like the look of Theo Hernandez. I know he's quite popular as a pick, but I do see France keeping a lot of clean sheets. I know they have Netherlands next, which is a more tougher fixture because they had a lot of chances in match day 1 in their game, but I do want Theo Hernandez for the long term, and that does leave me 0.5 million in the red. So I will need to downgrade slightly someone else. So obviously Shaqiri, he's 6.5, so he's got to go for a player that I know is going to start. In terms of him, because I need a 6 million player, it's a bit hard to obviously pick one at that price because there aren't many. So yeah, in terms of that, I'm not sure who to swap out Sakiri for. It might be one of those wild ones where I just go for a player that an underdog team, like a Romanian player or one with a terrible fixture, like a Switzerland potentially player because they have Scotland. So let me just check actually in terms of Switzerland midfielders what sort of players they have, if it lets me, and we'll just go from there. So yeah, I think Scotland are the fixtures that I target against, obviously, because we saw against Germany how poor their performance was. But yeah, I probably will need more time to think about that second transfer. But the first one, obviously, the Pavard to Theo Hernandez is locked in because obviously Pavard didn't start and I need more starting players in my team. But that is currently what I'm going with at the moment. Apart from that, I kind of have to ride with McTominay in my team. Hopefully, the rest of the players in my team do a bit more better than obviously Matchday 1 because a lot of them did blank and I had to swap them out for players that didn't start. But yeah, in terms of captain, I'm probably going to captain Ronaldo again because he does have a nice fixture. And because obviously Mbappe being out is an issue, but hopefully he's back soon. But yeah, I think that's my transfer plans at the current moment. Pavard for Theo Hernandez and potentially taking out Shaqiri for another midfielder that obviously will start in place for him in Matchday 2.
Cool. I mean, if Mbappe does miss out, would you be better off transferring him out and then just bringing him back for Matchday 3 if you've got, if you use a chip potentially in Matchday 3?
Yeah, that's true. I was thinking about bringing Griezmann in for Mbappe as a nice replacement because he's going to play more forward now, but obviously in his absence, so that does provide him with more attack. So, yeah, I'm getting used to this menu system. Is a bit all over the place, but yeah, Griezmann at 9 million. That leaves me with obviously 1.5 million in the bank with 0 free transfers if I bring in Hernandez and Griezmann.
Okay, now fair enough. But yeah, guys, those are sort of our plans. We've got 2 free transfers. I don't think any of us are looking to play a chip. Let us know your transfer plans as well in the comments as well. Also, make sure you are hitting that like button. Make sure you are hitting that subscribe button if you are enjoying the content. But yeah, what did you think of Matchday 1? Obviously, all the fixtures are out of the way now. We had 5-1 with Germany. A couple of interesting games. Obviously, Hungary losing against Switzerland, with Spain comprehensive 3-0. Italy getting the job done. Obviously, England getting through just by 1-0. Yeah, against Serbia. Then some upsets. Obviously, with Belgium losing, Ukraine sort of, and Romania sort of a surprise. France only winning 1-0, which more people might have thought it might have been a bit more of a comfier win, but I think it's been pretty good game so far. To watch.
I like how it's not one-sided. Obviously, we thought all the favourites like Spain, France, Germany, and whatnot would have these easy games. I mean, obviously Germany did, but some teams did struggle. Obviously, England just about getting over the line. Portugal in those final moments seemed a bit on a tethering point, but obviously they did manage to push it through. And obviously Belgium being unlucky with their 2 disallowed goals. That could have been a whole different scenario if they obviously counted. But Slovakia, very impressed with their performances. I think they deserved that win, that 1-0 win against them. Because, I thought they played exceptionally well. Romania, I think they're a bit underlooked in terms of their performance against Ukraine. I thought their shooting was really good. A lot of teams have obviously these goals that come from long range, and some of these teams sort of the ones that don't really get the chance will get a lot of chances but don't put them behind them has been mostly in the box, and I feel like more teams should start shooting more long ranges, because there's been quite a few decent ones from teams where they scored outside the box.
Yeah, Matchday 2 fixtures looking okay as well. Obviously, Germany, Hungary should be a good game for assets. England, Denmark, we'll be watching that one Thursday. That one, 5 o'clock kickoff. Friday, you got Netherlands, France, which looks like a good game to watch. And then obviously Saturday, you've got another 3 games, and then the Matchday 3 will be upon us shortly. I think that starts on Sunday, the 23rd, I believe. So yeah, games will be coming thick and fast. It seems. Obviously, every day we've got football now. So again, get Matchday 3 fixtures look quite nice as well. Obviously, Germany, Switzerland, England, Slovenia. So yeah, and then it wraps up with 4 games on the Wednesday. And then we'll be into the obviously last 16, etc.
Yeah, Matchday 3 will be very interesting, because we'll sort of grasp who obviously is getting knocked out of the groups and who's obviously go through to the next stage. So there might be a few shocks and turns and surprises to see who gets knocked out of their groups, especially the way Matchday 1 games have obviously been.
Yeah, you still expect most of the favourites to go through, because most of the favourites have sort of won, apart from obviously Belgium was the one that really.
Yeah.
Other than that, obviously you expect Portugal to go through now. They've won probably the toughest game. The next 2 fixtures aren't as difficult. And England, you probably expect it to go through now as well. But we'll have to see. Obviously, you never know. But yeah, I think that's everything for this stream. We'll probably wrap it up. Just thought we'd go on a quick stream, guys, just to let you know how we've done in Matchday 1. Also, slightly look ahead to Matchday 2. And yeah, we'll be back again. I'm not sure when. Maybe after Matchday 2, I think. Possibly.
Yeah, probably be after the Matchday 2 fixtures have finished, like the Matchday 1 ones have, obviously, because it's a bit more structured and more easy to obviously result the team at the end of it.
Well, thank you guys for watching. Do hit that like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well. And we will see you at the end of Matchday 2.
Yeah, take care, guys. Good luck for Matchday 2, and see you soon.